Do your revision. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here. I have been stuck in my apartment for I think 3 days already. I don't know. I have already lost track of time. My perception of my perception of time is already distorted because we have to quarantine ourselves now, given how bad the virus outbreak has been. So Asia is falling. So um, I'm going to do a things video today to talk about things. And I will talk about a bunch of songs that are released in the past few weeks. I'm going to categorize them as the best songs, worst songs, and in the middle, and I'm also going to be talking about other stuffs. And yeah, it's been a while, so let's go. Starting off, we have the songs that I think are not that great nor that terrible, kind of in the middle. We have the latest 070 Shake with Guilty Conscience, which is just a pretty average R&B track. The vocals are meh, the instrumentals are meh. And then we have the new 2 Chainz track, Dead Man Walking. I do like the energetic performances. The beat is okay, it's tolerable, it's not really that bad, but it's still a pretty, average rap song. And then same applies to the new Aesop Ferg song Value, which is a hard-hitting trap rap banger. Yes, it is a banger, but that's pretty much the extent of it. Nothing all that special. Beck has released a Saint Vincent remix of Uneventful Days, and it is better than the original. I can tell because the original is boring AF, but Saint Vincent's remix of the song is a little more flavorful, a little more colorful, but still the original song is just bland and boring. So Saint Vincent really didn't do anything all that significant to the song anyway. And also, Black Meaty, freaky UK post-punk math rock band Black Meaty decide to meme out a little more with the Dead Sheeran track, which is an Ed Sheeran diss track. And and Ed Sheeran didn't make a response, and the fact that there are going to be more Ed Sheeran tracks make me super excited. But of course, this isn't some crazy masterpiece of a song. It's a little dumb song poking fun at Ed Sheeran, sort of taking the piss, and it's this messy, malfunctioning, sample-based club dance song, and it's hilarious. Also, we have the new BTS song Black Swan, which is BTS in their usual K-pop territory, nothing all that special, except Black Swan is way slower, way moodier. We have a pretty artsy dance video attached to it, and yeah, it's not that special. Kelmiko, which is a pop rock duo from Japan, has a track called Easy Breezy, and it's actually not bad. I mean, the instrumentals actually have a punch to them, but they are rather repetitive, and the vocal performances are a little stiff. And then we have the new Destroyer song, Q Synthesizer, which is this spoken word, dreary, moody instrumental piece, which is not really spoken word though. It's half spoken word, half singing, and it's really nothing all that special. Dorian Electra came out with Skyliner Part 2 and Thirsty for Love. I do prefer the former a little more because it's a little catchier, even though Dorian Electra is also sort of in her usual wheelhouse with nothing all that special going on. The latter is a little messy, the mixing is a little rougher, but I still appreciate for what it is. And then we have the new Dreamville song. Yes, Dreamville, the rap collective fronted by J. Cole. And we have the track Bust It, which is actually just Ari Lennox singing. And it's a pretty run-of-the-mill, by-the-numbers, sort of middle-of-the-road R&B track. And then Dua Lipa has a new song called Physical, which, again, the vocals, the instrumentals, they're not bad. They're actually pretty groovy, pretty fresh. It's not that generic, but still, I don't see any particular reason to enjoy Dua Lipa's music because I guess her music still doesn't pop out to me. It still doesn't have the outstandingness that I really want to see in modern day pop music. And then Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, now I guess boyfriend of Grimes, also Grimes' kid's dad. Elon Musk, don't doubt your father. He's a legend, okay? He's a legend, and he made this song. He's not even a musician, but it really doesn't sound bad. I mean, of course, he's not a professional musician, so the mixing is not really all that great, but I guess Grimes did help him a little bit. And, it's a techno dance song that is sort of breezy and smooth, and Elon Musk, shout out to him. Eminem has a couple of new singles, Darkness and Godzilla, featuring Juice WRLD, released 12 million years ago. I did the review for his latest album 10 million years ago, and I thought it was underwhelming. So these two tracks are underwhelming. Darkness is a boring song. Godzilla is way better. I think Juice WRLD's hook is pretty slick, and Eminem's performance is really impressive, but the instrumental isn't really all that great. Harune Muri has a new track called Fanfare, which is more spoken word than it is a pop rock rap song. Not as exciting as I expected it to be, but I still appreciate the passion. And then Hayley Williams, frontman of Paramore, now going solo. We have two new tracks from her, Simmer and Leave It Alone. I love the former quite a bit, even though the chorus, simmer, 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 it's a little tedious, but the verses are pretty amazing. The vocals, they have potential energy. The bass lines of that song is subtle, but it's kind of groovy. The latter is a slow burn. It's more subtle, and it doesn't have much in terms of substance, but still, I look forward to what she has to offer next. Janae Aiko has a new track called Pussy Fairy, OTW, and it's a by the numbers sort of a laid back R&B song, and it has a pretty stupid dance video with these pop-ups that keeps popping up, like well, what's the point? And then we have the new Kesha song Tonight, which of course has a slow start then explodes to some overproduced, overblown pop music. Honestly, it's not that bad, but it's also not that great. So let's move over to the new Mark Kozlek's track, also known as Sun Kill Moon, with My Brother Loves Seagulls featuring Ben Boyce and Jim White, which is a rambly, wordy, spoken word piece on top of some really nice, springy guitars. And it's a really beautiful track. It's gorgeous. It's very narrative driven as well, but Mark had been doing music like this for 2 years now, so I just hope that he would change up his style a little bit, maybe bring back some of the old musical styles, maybe go to a new musical direction. I just hope that he would move forward a little more. And then we have the new Megan Thee Stallion and Normani track, Diamonds, which is a track for the latest Birds of Prey movie. And yeah, it's not bad. The instrumentals, the beat, they hit hard. The performances, they're energetic, they're exciting, but that's pretty much the extent of it. And then Mitski has a new song called Cop Car for the movie The Turning, I think, which is pretty interesting because Mitski makes lighthearted, kind of funny pop music, but I guess on this track, her music is way more atmospheric, a little grittier, a little grimmer, but still it's poppy, and it has a pretty nice cinematic vibe. The mixing is or maybe the video on YouTube itself has some bad sound quality. But yeah, it's nothing out of the ordinary. Morrissey, frontman of the Smiths, came out with a new track solo with Bobby. Don't you think they know? And like any other Brit rock boomer tracks released in the 21st century. This is a very cleanly written, kind of bland song, but actually it's not that bad. Vocally, instrumentally, it's still pretty sweet, pretty fun, because it's more he has experience in the musical industry. And then Moses Sumney has a new song called Me in 20 Years, which is a slow, subtle, quiet song with some interesting beats. I really like the production. But again, nothing really pops out to me. I hope that he experiments a little more. And then we have the new two Nicholas Jar songs. Nicholas Jar, also known as Against All Logic. We have Illusions of Shameless Abundance featuring Lydia Lunch, and Alucinao or Alucinao featuring Estado Unido and FK Twigs. And I'm surprised when I listen to these two songs, because Nicholas Jar makes some groovy, laid-back, danceable, micro house jams. But on these two tracks, he almost goes in a completely different artistic direction with the abrasive, noisy, clanky, chopped up industrial, electronic, hey, please leave me alone, music. And it's weird. It just sounds weird, but not gonna lie, the former track, Illusions of a Shameless Abundance, do hit hard. It's experimental, it's punchy, I love it. The latter, though, is messy, it's rough around the edges, and the sampling is not that great, but I still look forward to whatever he has to offer next. Next up, Play That Boy Zay, a friend of Denzel Curry's, has a new song called Swarm, and it is, a hard-hitting trap rap banger. That's pretty much the extent of it. And then we have the new Saweetie and Galaxeria, I don't know, track Sway With Me, which is a poppy trap rap track that is extended from the original Sway song, which is a really popular jazzy song back in the 40s and 50s. And it's also a song for the latest Birds of Prey movie, and again, it's hard-hitting, it's fun, but it's really nothing all that special. Up next, Soccer Mommy has a new track called Circle the Drain, and it is Soccer Mommy in her usual wheelhouse with some slightly more quiet, I guess, indie rock jam. And then Travis Barker has a new song called Give Me Brain featuring Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. The beat hits hard, the instrumentals are tolerable, the performances are energetic. They're not bad, but again, that's pretty much the extent of it. And at the end, we have Zach Valier with the song Sore Throat, which is moody, soulful track that has a pretty weird vibe to it that I don't quite enjoy all that much, but still I appreciate the sound palette of the song. Okay, now let's talk about trash songs, worst songs of the past month. Starting off, we have the latest Best Coast song, Everything Has Changed, which is a pretty bland, beachy, country-esque rock song that isn't really all that great, but it's still not that terrible. I guess one of the blander tracks, anyway. And then we have the latest Drake song, War, which is, instrumentally it's a mess, lyrically it's even more of a mess, and I guess it isn't like a pre-album song or anything. Drake just released this song out of nowhere, sort of saying that his beef with Pusha T has not ended, which is weird because Pusha T destroyed him last time, and I guess he wants to continue to feud with Pusha T, which I don't think is a good idea at all. In fact, it's better to leave the feud be. And then Drake also collaborated with Future on the track Life is Good, which is a mess. It sounds like two tracks mashed up together with jarring transitions, with two different beats, two different flows and tempos. It's weird. And it's kind of dumb as well. And then they just released a new song called Desires, which is this generic, boring, watered down trap rap song that is bland as F. And then, new song from a guy called Joe Sugg, called Say It Now. And it's this really generic, corny, disco throwback pop song that just sounds cheesy. And then, of course, Justin Bieber's Yummy, easily the worst song of the year and of the decade so far. And the lyrics are awful. He repeats the word yummy over and over and over again like a hedonistic rapper. The instrumentals is this boring, lazy trap rap beat. And the concept behind the song is Justin Bieber saying that his girlfriend Haley has the yummy. And it's really stupid. And the fact that he's so desperately trying to get his fans to cheat the system and put his song on the Billboard's #1 is just so, like, just, you are already on the #1 spot for like a lot of songs now. Like, you don't have to, put your ego so high. And then he also released a song called Get Me featuring Kalani, which is a really boring, drab R&B song. Moving over, we have King Cruel with Don't Let the Dragon Drag On, which is a song that drags on. And we also have the new Meghan Trainor song, Nice to Meet Ya, featuring Nicki Minaj. And, Meghan Trainor still making music. And it's this generic, bland pop song that is very generic and bland. Yeah, it's exactly what you would expect from Meghan Trainor. Also, I forgot to mention that GreenDay has a song called Oh Yeah, which is this alternative rock pop song that is just very, very cheesy, very poorly mixed and poorly written. And I think GreenDay is gonna lose a lot of their fans on their next project. Party Next Door has a new song called Loyal featuring Drake again, and it's a terrible song again. It's a generic, bland R&B trap song that has some soulless vocals. And then Pearl Jam has a new song called Dance of the Clairvoyants, where they sort of do this Talking Heads-ish song, which is really unlike all of their past work, and it really falls flat. And we have a new song from Rico Nasty. Unfortunately, it's not a good song. The song is called I Don't Give a Fuck, and it's a pretty bland song as well. It sounds like Rico Nasty had released a song 10 times already before. So it doesn't feel quite original. And then we have Saudade with Lions featuring Randall Blythe and Lee Scratch Perry. And it's this weird reggae, psychedelic, emo, new metal song that's a total friggin' mess. Even though it's ambitious, it sounds like a ridiculous mess. And then we have Taylor Swift with a new song, Only the Young, which is for the documentary Miss Americana. And it's a bland, boring song. Exactly what you would expect from Taylor Swift. Viper, the meme rapper, has a new song called I Did the Wuhan Coronavirus Outbreak. It's a hilarious song. It's poorly mixed. It's a non-song. I know that. It sounds terrible, but still, it's funny. It's really funny. Shout out to Viper. And at the end, we have YBN Namir with Talkin', which is a very generic, bland, drab, unoriginal, uninnovative, uncreative trap rap song that is sleepy. So let's move over to the songs that I think are great songs in the past few weeks. Starting off, we have the new Aesop rock song Rogue Waves. Aesop Rock coming back with some great beats, great flows, creative lyrics. He is still one of the best MCs of our times. And then we have Anna Calvi with Don't Beat the Girl Out of My Boy, which is actually a song released earlier on in the year 2018, I think, or 2019, I forgot. But this time, Courtney Barnett is in the song as well, and there's a more raw, organic edge to the song, which I really love. More sass, more punch. I love it. And then we have the new Cage the Elephant song, Broken Boy, featuring Iggy Pop. As always, Iggy Pop provides some charismatic, sleazy vocals, and the instrumentals itself, while it's a little stiff, it still works really, really well as an alt rock song. And then Caribou has a new track called Never Come Back, and it's a danceable, catchy, summery, slick electro track, which is really nice, really smooth, really laid back. Next up, CJ Fly has a track called Show You. You can immediately tell that it has a nice East Coast hip hop vibe. The very smooth, compelling drums on the beat is amazing. His flows are really compelling as well. Code Orange is a new track called Underneath, and it's a polarizing track. It's a polarizing track because they're not in their usual metalcore wheelhouse, and they're sort of going to a more new metal, industrial metal, pop rock direction, which is weird. I was just a little confused when I first heard the song. The female guitarist, I think a bassist in the band, started singing. It's weird, yes, but all these elements, they sort of come together really well, and I'm interested in what they're gonna offer next. Anyways, Dan Deacon has a new song called "Become a Mountain," and it's a really nice, colorful, bubbly, springy pop track with a lot of colors. It's colorful, it's sweet, it's fun. And then we have the new Fortet track. He had dropped a single again. This time it's called Baby, and once again it is very well produced, well sampled, it is sharp, it is slick. And then Francis Quinlan of Hop Along fame has a new breezy, lively, youthful, indie pop folk track called Your Reply, which is lively and fun. And then we have the new Gangstar track, Bad Name, featuring Method Man and Redman. And I love the beats here. I love the performances here. They're incredibly solid. And yeah, the instrumentals here, they're so flavorful. That's what I love about Gangstar's music. And Gorillaz has a new song called Momentary, Bliss, featuring slowthai and Slaves. And to my surprise, it's actually not bad. It's actually pretty great because you get the eccentric production from Gorillaz, the pop punk jams from Slaves, and slowthai's really exciting performances. And they all come together really smoothly, really well to form one song, Momentary Bliss. Holy Fuck has a song called The Leaders featuring Angus Andrew, and it's groovy. It's a really groovy track with a lot of personality. However, I do really want some vocals to be on this track. It would be really nice if there are some vocals added onto this track. It would just make this track pop way better. Kaytranada has a new track called 10% featuring Kali Uchis. The beat is really nice, really smooth. Kali Uchis gives some really nice sensual R&B performances. And then Lil Nas X Rodeo Nas remix. Finally, Lil Nas X and Big Nas 1 is collaborating, and I like it. I think it's a pretty catchy song originally, even though Cardi B's feature isn't really all that great. But Nas is amazing on this track, and I also really like the country flavored trap music on this track originally, so it's a pretty great remix. Next up, Lil Dragon has a new track called Hold On, which is a really groovy, fun disco pop jam. And Mac Miller with a couple of posthumous singles. This single is Good News, and it's beautiful. It's very moving, low key, guitar pinched Mac Miller singing over it. Very, very emotional, very touching, and very wholesome and sweet, and it's beautiful. And I'm also gonna review his album tomorrow, so you can wait for that. Up next, Meek Mill has a song called "Letter to Nipsey" featuring Roddy Ricch, and wow, lyrically, it's amazing. It's powerful because it's a letter to the late Nipsey Hussle, and Meek Mill and Roddy Ricch do pour their hearts onto this track. Instrumentally, it's not bad either, and I'm just happy that Meek Mill came out with a really good track. Also, Megan Thee Stallion with B.I.T.C.H. It's a banger. It's a friggin' banger. But more than that, of course, the performances hit hard, but more than that, I think the instrumentals, they have some really amazing flavors on it and really amazing textures on it that makes this track sort of stand out. Up next, The Men with Breeze, which is a really solid sort of throwback rock song, which is just really cohesive and coherent, and yeah, I'm impressed. And then up next, Nap Eyes with Mark Zuckerberg, which is also a really solid pop rock song, indie rock song that is really, really catchy with a really trippy music video attached to it. I really like the lyrics, they are funny, and the song has a really nice personality to it, which I really love. And then we have Porches with Do You Wanna, which is a slow dance pop jam song, which is catchy, somewhat nostalgic, and very smooth. And we also have Purr with Avenue Bliss. It surprises me that the song on YouTube only has like 8,000 views, but it's really, really, really great. It is fantastic. I love it a lot. It is this really sweet, wholesome, engaging, compelling pop rock song that has some dense, thick layers of instrumentals and some amazing performances. And then Quelly Chris and Chris Keys came out with Sudden Death, and it doesn't sound like any Quelly Chris song that I've heard before, because it is a pretty laid-back neo-soul chill song with some high-pitched vocals. I really appreciate the new direction that Quelly Chris had taken on this track, and it actually doesn't sound bad. It actually sounds kind of breezy, kind of laid-back, relaxing, and I like it. And then Rosalia with a new song, Juro Que. And this song is premiered in the Grammys, and now it is released as a single with a music video with English subtitles. So Rosalia finally realized that a good portion of her fans are from the USA. And so she decided to put English subtitles in her music videos now, so that's hilarious. But Juro Que is a really nice contemporary flamenco throwback for Rosalia. Rosalia has been making some futuristic pop songs, but she's sort of throwing it back with a little bit on this song. And this song also has a really interesting narrative that is really nice. Something that I didn't expect from Rosalia, but it still works out really well. Up next, Royce da 5'9", Overcomer featuring Westside Gunn. Really strange, chopped up beat, but overall solid performances, and the beat and the performances go together really well. Up next, Shopping, which is a British post-punk quartet with a track For Your Pleasure, which is a really fun, lighthearted, kooky post-punk track that I really appreciate. And then Sightless Pit, King's Corpse, which is a really strange atmospheric black metal electronic track infusion, but both of these elements go together really smoothly and really well. It's impressive, so I have to put it on this track, on this list. And then Square Pusher. Oh yeah, I'm so excited for his new album. Square Pusher with Nerve Levers and Terminal Slam. Both tracks are glitchy, they hit hard, they're weird, they're all over the place, and the sound play is just really immaculate and intricate on these two tracks. I'm really looking forward to his new album. I think it's already released. I need to listen to it ASAP. Tame Impala, new song called Lost in Yesterday. Again, it's a rather slow jam, but it's a really nostalgic and thoughtful, thought-provoking slow jam with some nice grooves, nice bass, and pretty fresh instrumental as well. Thundercat, new song, Black Qualls, featuring Steve Lacy and Steve Arrington. And, okay, please leave me alone for God's sakes. Alright. Thundercat, new song. It's a pretty funny, low-key song. It sounds like any other Thundercat song, to be honest, with the thick-ass bass. But what I like about this song is that it's soft, it's breezy, and it's a lot of fun, and it sounds pleasant. At the end, we have Tricot with Pure Black, which is a Japanese indie rock song that I think is really solid. Some amazing guitar riffs here, some really nice vocals that's full of personality, and at the very, very, very end, we have the new US Girls song, Over Time, which shows a pretty minimalistic video, and US Girls with her high-pitched vocal sort of singing very freely and lively over some muddy, almost I guess smoky instrumentals, and I just thought that's really, really cool, and it sounds amazing. Okay, so now I finished all the songs, I need to talk about some other stuff. First of all, the Super Bowl, annual Super Bowl of the USA just happened. Everybody's talking about it, people are memeing over it, and I'm going to talk about the performances a little bit. Shakira, J Balvin, and Jennifer Lopez, even though they're not the hottest stars right now, in the recent times, they are now, of course, but they still managed to make a pretty stunning performance. Originally, I really, really, really love the Coldplay Bruno Mars Beyonce performance, because I thought all their performances are great. All the songs being played are fantastic, and the performances are so passionate. But I think this one may be even better. Of course, the Maroon 5 performances suck, but Shakira and the dancers and the crazy lighting, they constantly give off something super energetic, super fun. And J-Lo is pretty good as well, but it's really Shakira who stole the show. J Balvin is a bit of a slog in here. His performance is really underwhelming. But again, to be fair, it's kind of unfair, because Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars' stage is way smaller than Shakira, J-Lo, and J Balvin's stage. So there's that. And then up next, I have to talk a little bit about the latest Grammys and BAFTA. Grammys, underwhelming as always. I'm happy for Anderson .Paak, and I'm happy for Tyler, the Creator. I'm happy for Billie Eilish, and I'm happy for Rosalia and Lil Nas X. It's not that bad this year. And then we have BAFTA. Bong Joon-ho won Best Original Screenplay, which is amazing. He deserves it. And Quentin Tarantino was not having it. And that's hilarious. I guess Disney Plus just released a trailer for the 3 new Marvel TV shows: WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Loki. Even though in the whole trailer there's only one clip that is from Loki, and it's just him saying stuff, but I'm excited for Loki. I'm really, really excited for Loki, because he's always been one of the best characters in the MCU. And then we have Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I'm not too excited about. It seems like a buddy action crime show that's going to be similar to Captain America Winter Soldier, in my opinion. And then we have WandaVision, which I am very confused on, because if you've seen the trailer, it looks like they're making a sitcom. And we have Wanda and Vision, and they're in different situations. They're in the 50s, they're in the future, they're in different time periods, but they're always in the apartment. They're always beside the couch. And I really don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's good as a comedy. I don't know, maybe it's going to be genius. Maybe it's going to be a bold new direction for Marvel stories, or maybe it's going to suck ass. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to the Marvel TV shows. So, yeah. What are your opinions on these songs? Comments below, let me know. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more.